break these loose before we jack this up. This is my beach car, so it's gonna have a lot of corrosion. Bump that, came off the jack. I don't want the axle to go all the way to the ground. It'd be tough for me to get it jacked back up. So that's why I like to put blocks underneath it, just to prevent that. So we're gonna go ahead and spray some of this penetrating oil down in there. We'll let that set on there. We'll start with get the speed sensor out of the way. We'll let a lot of that set. So I'm not gonna take the speed sensor out, but what I do wanna do is kind of move this wire out of the way so we don't damage it. Try to pop that out. There we go. So that's all I'm doing, is just getting underneath that, popping that out. It's got like a little snap. And then now that should give us enough room to be able to pull it out of there. Yep, so we got it out of there. And we can pop it out of there, and that's gonna get us away, give us some slack so we can move all that around. But we needed it disconnected from the front strut anyway. So we're gonna undo this brake line so that we can disconnect it from the strut and get it out of the way as well. So that's a 12 right there. I've already broken it loose. We're just gonna take that out and then move it around. So now we've got that disconnected, and we need to start working on these other bolts. I think I'm gonna give them some time. This one up here on that swing arm is gonna be the most challenging one. So we're gonna undo that one, kind of work on it first and see if we can't break it loose. What I did was I used this one because I could get it much smaller, lifted that up so I could take some of the pressure off of that nut that I wanted to release. Sometimes it's difficult to get it to release, mainly just because of all the pressure it's under. So I didn't even use the Allen wrench. I just used my impact driver. So by lifting that up, it relieved it of a lot of that pressure. So now I can move it. Before I couldn't even move it within that knuckle. So now I can completely remove it if I wanted to. But a lot of the difficulty of getting that bolt off is because of the pressure that it was under. Put that 19 here. Now I've already put my cheater bar on that, back that off. I don't know how easy that one's gonna be to get out. I may have to get a punch. Let me keep that bolt on there. I just wanna give it a little tap. Just to get out of there. That and move it around by hand. All right, let's go ahead. Take that one off, and I gotta get that other bolt. Be careful. Yeah, that one's about the same. So that's what I'm pull this one out fairly easily now, without too much effort. And it was just under a lot of strain by jacking that up. But I needed that to get this other bolt out, to get the swing arm off. So anyway, let's go ahead and we'll get that bottom bolt out. There we go. There. So now that's out. All right, so we're gonna peel this seal back. You don't have to take it all the way off, but we just need to get to this little area here that we can pop up. Break this off. There we go. And so inside here, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 bolts. And I believe they're 14s. Broke that one loose. This is the one I want to do by hand. I'm gonna take my gloves off, and this one too. Show you. I've got one bolt left. I got that one back there. That one, and then this one. Those are all out. So So I've just got this one to undo. That'll be the only bolt that's connecting it right now to the car. Should be able to just take that thing out. I may have to lower it down some. Try not to move it around too much because I don't want to damage my CV axle. There we go. And it only goes back in one way. So I'll go look it out. There we go. Gotta get to a comfortable position. So I can kind of move those around. I might have to do the ones that are closest to me first. The ones that are closest to the passenger side, we're going to snug those up, kind of get it in position, and then we'll put the other ones on that are more difficult to get to. So if we accidentally drop one of the nuts, it's going to be on one of those. I'm not going to tighten these all the way down yet. I just want to get them into position. Got it. All right, got the bottom bolt. And push on that. There we go. Looks like we can get that bolt in there. Those are on. Let's run that down. I don't want to take a chance of those coming off. That looks like it's about lined up. I have to come down some. There we go. That's what we're looking for. Let's get that nut on there. And then we can adjust everything. There we go. All right, that's on there. So we're going to torque this down to 116 foot-pounds. That is my 22, isn't it? Let's look and see. Yeah. There we go. So 58 foot-pounds for this. Let's lock it into place. Let's get our All right, these are all snug down. Now we're going to torque these to 38 foot-pounds. There we go. There's where we are. There, good. Snap that cover back in place. Put that seal back on. There we go. Good. Brake line is in. There we go. So we clipped in the speed sensor up here, we ran it down here and we pressed it down, and then we clipped it back into the strut there.